How's it going, my Comic Chat Army? We're here today with Laurie Cunningham and Paul Hayden. How y'all doing?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. One of y'all's in Canada and the other's in the UK, right? We got three different time zones.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what's the book that y'all are putting out?
So we've got a few things out at the moment. So I guess kind of starting at the beginning is I started ASAP Comics UK 2020, and we started with a comic called Messiah, which I wrote, and then the artwork was done by Kyle Wright, and obviously, clearly, I have a copy here. And then I wanted to expand this world, and we grow this world, and me and Laurie had been friends, and she'd been my kind of confidant, and so on and so forth. And then I said to her about doing a book together, a part of the same world, so part of the same continuity. And I pitched her the idea, and at the time, it was like, do you fancy doing it? She kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but she agreed. And so we wrote Points of Villainy and Points of Virtue. So it's a double header, and it's two anthologies technically that take place in the same world as Messiah, and it centers around this event that happens in central London. And one of the things I loved about it, and one of the reasons why I asked Laurie, was, one, as I say, she was my confidant and she was the person who was always there to pep me up. But two, our styles, our sense of humor, everything seems to be on this just wonderful level.
Right.
So we complemented each other so well, and then we started writing the book together. It was a really good time for us.
Okay, where can people pick the book up now?
Oh, you carry on with that, Laurie. It's fine.
Oh, so it's on our website, so asapcomicsuk.com, for the print edition, and there's also some signed copies up there for both of us, and then there's a digital version on Amazon. We couldn't get the print version on Amazon because it's a flip book, and apparently Amazon doesn't like that, so we decided that keeping it the original vision and having the flip book was more important than putting it on Amazon, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit of a work of art. It's pretty cool.
Do y'all kickstart your books?
We kickstarted for Messiah, but we didn't kickstart for the anthology. That was just good old-fashioned long hours, learning as we were going. So I designed the covers for them, and then me and Laurie sat there. Again, time zones were a wonderful thing, but we would sit there. It would be like my midnight, her 7 o'clock, and she just had a baby at the time as well, so we were working around that. And
congratulations.
And it was a lot of fun, but at the same time we were having a lot of long formatting nights, but it was good because we got to learn so much.
Okay. What's the book Messiah about?
So Messiah, the comic, is, so what happens is the anthology is technically kicks the world off, and then Messiah takes place 12 months later. So the anthology goes on about an event that happened, as I say, in central London, and it kind of tore the UK apart. And what we did was we pick up 12 months later, and there's an organization, like a mysterious in the shadows organization known as Level 8, and they're responsible for a kind of new breed of hero, a new breed of anti-hero, I suppose would be the best way of looking at it. So the original heroes, the kind of capes and underwear on the outside heroes, they fell during the event, and now there's this new breed, and the main character in Messiah is one of them, but he doesn't want any part of it, and he's on the run. And it's to show the difference between a pre-event world and a post-event world, and the anthology covers the event itself.
Okay. Can they request this book in their comic shop? Like, are you in comic shops?
We are looking at that now, because obviously, we're able to go out more now. So the cons are opening back up, and we're aiming. So for 2022, we aim to be in as many places as humanly possible. We're going to hit the cons, as best we can. And the good thing is our team. So it's not just me and Laurie. There's Sarah, and there's Nem, or David Howard. And we're scattered all over. So Laurie's Canada, UK, Sarah's in Tennessee, and Dave Howard's in Los Angeles. So we're kind of all over, so we can cover quite a few of the cons. So we aim to get in as many places as humanly possible. But that's coming.
Do y'all plan on doing a con together?
One day we hope. Yeah.
Okay.
We hope so. One day. It would be amazing. I mean, we have a lot of plans, and one of the things that came from this book, and this is what I love about what we do, is when things happen organically. So one of the stories that Laurie wrote, there was a character in that I just loved immediately, and I mean, I'll let her explain the comic, because I could never do it justice. But it was one of those things that happened that is now going to become an add-on to the world. So we're getting a new title out of something that happened in the book. So it's just growing and growing and growing. But yeah, I mean, you've got to hear about Sister Grimm. I love,
I feel like that's my cue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I kind of just got lured in by Paul to do this. Like I actually don't have like a ton of comic book history, I guess, really. Like I watched some cartoons when I was little and seen some MCU and stuff, but yeah, he's kind of like this one character. He's like, do you want to write a comic book? And I was just like, I don't really know how to write a comic book. And he's like, I got years of experience like reading all this stuff, and he'd written Messiah and stuff, so he basically volunteered to mentor me. But yeah, it's basically this kind of like character just kind of came alive on the page, and then I started trying to write the script, and it kind of all came together. And it was basically it's kind of, so Messiah takes place about a year after, and this takes place about 3 months after the event. And it kind of picks up on Lily Connors, who's obviously one of the characters from the anthology. And she basically wakes up in a morgue and doesn't remember anything, and is having all these flashbacks, and basically doesn't know where her family is, and just is disoriented, and has all these new powers, and is trying to kind of figure things out. And then she kind of meets this other man who ends up kind of being a bit of a sidekick / mentor and stuff. So she's just trying to figure all that. So it's pretty dark, because she's kind of dealing with like loss and depression and PTSD and all this stuff. But there's definitely her sidekick Bennett. He definitely has some humor to him and kind of balances it out. So it's not just all super depressing, but it definitely deals with some dark subject matter, which is kind of like a lot of our post-event comics are going to be, since they're darker heroes and they're dealing with like a lot of kind of trauma from the event and losing people and basically just going through all these horrific experiences. So yeah, a lot of our comics post-event are going to be a little darker. But yeah, it's been super fun to write, and excited to eventually get some artwork to it, and it'll likely be on Kickstarter eventually, but probably in the new year. Yeah, we got a lot coming. A lot of titles that we're getting out there.
Where can people get news about upcoming books or Kickstarters?
We are all over social media. So we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, ASAP Comics UK for pretty much everything. Excuse me.
We have an app.
We have an app, yeah. So we don't have it on Apple, but it is on the Google Play. So we can give details for that. But yeah, you can get us on all social media. You can get us on the app. We do have a Patreon as well, so we let people know some of the earlier things that are coming. We are also working. We felt really lucky really early on because a production company reached out to me. I think ASAP had been going like a month and a half, not even. And they reached out to me and said that they wanted to do something with ASAP and live action. And so I had a back and forth with them, and I gave them over this character, and I wrote a pilot episode, and I pitched them this episode and said, well, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I got. They agreed and asked for 9 more episodes, which I wrote, and they have. And we even did the storyboards for them as well, because obviously we have artists that work with us. And they are going to be kind of scouting locations in 2022 and start filming and all that kind of stuff. So it's incredible how it's started.
That's awesome. So tell us about the app. What's the app like? What can you do on the app?
You can get everything that we have, basically. So there is the website is available on the app, so you can do your shopping straight away on the app. There is our YouTube channel. There is our Ne1 World platform website as well. So the Ne1 World is a platform that I created because people came to us and said, we want to do something with you. But because ASAP owned the rights to all the characters that we create for this main continuity, I didn't want to take the rights away from people who came with their own characters. So what we've done, and we did a big launch day yesterday, which was a bloody brilliant day. It was really, really a lot of fun. But we'd already launched the Ne1 World with a book called Perspectives, which we had 16 writers from all over the world. There you go. So we are ready.
I got it.
And so we did that book for charity, and it was for the Dyspraxia Foundation. And the reason that we chose the Dyspraxia Foundation is my son has dyspraxia, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart. So we put that book out just for charity. Everyone gave their time for free, whether it was the writers, the editor, the graphic designer. Everyone did it for free, and all the money goes to charity. So we launched the Ne1 World with that book, and it was a wonderful response. And then we had signed some people up to have their books. And then yesterday we had the official launch of Bob's Non-Union Psychic, the Big Book of Bob, Volume 1, from a wonderful, wonderful writer, Lance Lucero. And he's a great creative mind. He's a filmmaker. He has a production company himself in Colorado, I believe. And we launched with his book, and we've got 2 more books coming through the Ne1 World in November, and all there's a lot coming. So the Ne1 World is on the app as well. So there's literally, as we get it, you've got it. We literally have it ready for people. We're looking to expand our YouTube channel as well. So because we have all these wonderful, talented people, it's we're going to find out more about them through our YouTube channel. And we're going to do what we can to, 1, promote indies, because we love indies, and 2, also give a voice to some people who want to break into this. This was the wonderful thing about Perspectives. I believe was it 7 or 8, Laurie, people
around there
within the book. Yeah, we're 8 people, so nearly pretty much half of the book. It was their first time published. And it was such an honor to be part of that, and it was so great. And then we got to hear some of their stories through a podcast on YouTube as well. And it was it's just a great feeling. So whatever we have, so whether it's our main continuity website, Ne1 World website, our YouTube channel, get onto our Patreons, everything is on the app.
Okay.
So yeah, we're quite proud of the app. It was a nice little add-on. It was sort of something that we were like, no, this is for a publisher, this is a bit weird, but hey, let's roll.
It's the first time I've ever heard of it. I like it though.
Thank you,
like
man.
the idea of an app, everything in one spot. Yeah. So I guess, what advice would you give to people out there that want to put out a comic book?
Join, like, honestly, there's such great communities out there. So many. The one thing I love about the indies is the support. Like, it is so great. I'm sure Laurie will back me up on this one. We've met some great people from different companies as well. Just to shout out. For advertising purposes, people like Warehouse 9 for Lance, Comic Crusaders, Livid Comics, Omen, Revelation, so many indie comic book companies and promoters and so on and so forth that we know. And the support is wonderful. So it's like, get on social media, talk to people, hit them with your idea, give us a shout. That's what we have, the Ne1 World. We're there to help, and we have. I mean, for the writing side of things, Laurie's like the editor-in-chief. Sarah's lead editor, and she's a wonderful editor as well. She's really good. And then David Howard, who could teach me a thing or two about comics. He does. He's like our comic consultant, so he will talk to people. He's already helped me help a few people when it comes to their scripting and their layouts and stuff like that. So, reach out and just talk to the online community, because they're 99.999% of them just want to help.
All right. And is the charity book on your website?
So it's ne1world.com for the charity book.
Okay.
We did that as Amazon only. So it's a print on demand. So basically, we don't have to pay to have loads of copies made. If you want it, you can download it on Kindle. You can order a copy, as obviously Laurie showed you there. And literally 100%, 100% of the proceeds go to the Dyspraxia Foundation. So we take nothing. The minute it's paid in, it's paid back out.
Okay. I guess, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on our Ne1 World site for the next month. I mean, we've got some big things coming there. And also, give us a follow and with on social media, because we've got our main continuity, as we've mentioned. We've got Ne1 World, but we've also got ASAP Minis as well, which is a children's book section as well. So we've got, whatever your goals are, we kind of got you covered, So
We're always looking to meet new people, other creators, all that stuff.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for taking the time to come talk with me today.
No problem. Thank you very much for having us,
Thanks
man.
for
Appreciate it a lot.